If you want to step up to an executive finance role this year, you need to know this about what your bosses are actually looking for. As technical excellence and getting the month-end close done on time is great, but those alone can actually create a natural career ceiling. And if you want to make it to the C-suite as a finance director or CFO, you have to transition from a back office number cruncher into a leader with genuine commercial influence. So what does the board actually want to see from you? They want a finance leader who actively breaks out of their financial silo to drive real business value. CEOs don't just want someone to read the historical scores out loud. They want a commercial co-pilot who can look at the data, predict the future, and actually help steer the ship. And so in other words, you have to stop just reporting on the news and actually start making it. So how do you actually do this? Well, first, you need to proactively partner with your commercial directors. Take marketing, for example. Don't just email the marketing director a variance report showing they overspent by 10% and leave it at that. Actually sit down with them. Help them model the true ROI of their campaigns, advise on pricing strategies, and figure out how to optimize their spend for maximum commercial growth. That is how you build true cross-departmental influence. Now, actionable step number 2 is to look beyond standard costing. If you want to impress the board, you need to master advanced activity-based management. You need to be the person who can identify exactly which operational activities are draining resources and which are actually driving margins. And when you understand the true cost drivers of the business, your advice goes from being a basic financial update to the very foundation of the CEO's strategy. Now, thirdly, you should be getting hands-on with operational supply chain decisions. A modern finance executive doesn't just sit at a desk in the finance department all the time. You need to understand the supply chain inside out in order for you to be able to identify efficiencies, manage supplier risks, and free up working capital before it ever actually becomes a crisis. And it is that cross-functional leadership which is exactly the type of thing that gets you promoted. Now, unsurprisingly, in this day and age, the modern board also expects you to champion digital transformation. And if you want to be at the forefront of strategy, you can't be leading a finance team if you're still relying entirely on manual data entry and legacy spreadsheets. Modern CEOs want a finance leader who knows how to leverage tools like artificial intelligence in order to automate routine workflows and generate real-time predictive insights. And so you need to be the person actively transforming the finance function to make it faster, more secure, and more strategic. And fifth and finally, you must be able to bulletproof the corporate strategy. Now, this sounds very impressive, but what does it really actually mean? Well, a true executive doesn't just manage the finance department, they actually help to manage the entire commercial direction of the business. You need to identify macroeconomic threats, anticipate supply and demand shifts, and actively advise the CEO on how to protect the company's margins during market volatility. And when you do that, you become indispensable to the board, cementing your position as a finance leader. Now, making this leap requires quite a unique set of skills. You need a toolkit that bridges the gap between traditional accounting and executive leadership. And that is exactly why we have actually built the Astranti CPD subscription. It's the ultimate toolkit for management accountants who are ready to step up to that next level. It gives you access to over 70 courses worth over 700 verifiable CPD hours. And inside you'll find highly practical courses related to the topics that I've just touched on, designed to build your commercial influence, including our suite of AI courses, our activity-based management course, our 12-hour deep dive course on working with marketing, and we've also got a supply chain management for finance professionals course as well. All of these courses, along with our whole range of CPD courses worth over £6,000 in total, are all available for just £30 a month on the Astranti CPD subscription. Link in the description below.